Dear students, now we are going to discuss recombinant DNA constructed by Boyer and Cohen in prokaryotes, particularly in E. coli. Recombinant DNA constructed by Boyer and Cohen. Okay, so this was a successful first recombinant DNA, not first, successful first recombinant DNA in prokaryotes. What about requirements? Means what type of materials, organisms used by them. Requirements. What they used. What they used. Okay, so first one, Salmonella. Salmonella typhimurium. And the second one, Salmonella Panama. These are bacteria, prokaryotes, bacteria. Next, third one, E. coli, Escherichia coli, bacteria. That is also bacteria. Okay, so from Salmonella, they selected one gene, that is a tetracycline resistant gene. Tetracycline resistant gene plus and also plasmid of Salmonella typhimurium. From Salmonella Panama, they selected a kanamycin resistant gene. Okay, so according to NCERT, the given one was Salmonella typhimurium, source of a tetracycline resistant gene and plasmid. So Salmonella typhimurium is almost similar to E. coli. They didn't mention Panama. If they question you, use it. Next. Culture media, nutrient medium, culture medium with tetracycline, any one of them successfully, not simultaneously, tetracycline and kanamycin antibiotics. See the difference. These are the antibiotics, those are the genes. Tetracycline resistant gene. Okay, so nutrient medium with either tetracycline or kanamycin, not simultaneously. Okay. Next, restriction enzyme or endonuclease. Endonuclease used by them is EcoR1. Just remember this word. We will see this one later. Just EcoR1 type of the enzyme. Now, what they did? They transferred here. And what about the objective of this experiment or aim? Aim of those two people is to transfer or introduce antibiotic genes from Salmonella species. Typhimurium and Panama. What are the antibiotic resistant genes? These two. One is from Typhimurium, the other is from Panama. To transfer antibiotic resistant genes from Salmonella into E. coli. Okay. Purpose. What they studied, what they identified. They made or they produced. They developed. Finally, they developed transgenic E. coli. Transgenic E. coli means organism developed by recombinant DNA technology by the transfer of a certain number of genes. Okay. They developed a variety, that is a transgenic variety resistant to E. coli, resistant to antibiotics such as tetracycline and kanamycin. Okay, so that is about requirements. So they converted normal wild E. coli cells which are not having tetracycline resistant gene and kanamycin resistant gene into E. coli cells with concerned antibiotic resistant genes against concerned antibiotics. Okay, right? Next. Now, so first one, wild E. coli cells. E. coli or E. coli cells are organisms. E. coli bacteria are wild E. coli cells or bacteria are not resistant to certain number of antibiotics. That may be chloramphenicol, cyclohexamide, kanamycin, tetracycline, like that. But here you have to consider two antibiotics. Wild E. coli cells are not resistant to tetracycline and kanamycin. For example, this is a E. coli cell, E. coli organism. E. coli organism. This is E. coli, a rod-shaped bacterium. Genophore and a plasmid also present. E. coli cell, certain number of cells. They transferred, they cultured. This is wild E. coli, wild one. Okay, so cultured on CM, culture medium, on culture medium with. So for example, this is a culture plate with a what type of antibiotic? So simply I'm writing culture medium, nutrient medium with tetracycline antibiotic. Means in that culture medium, tetracycline antibiotic is present. Next, second culture medium with kanamycin. Culture medium with kanamycin antibiotic. So here media, culture media labeled with or simply provided with antibiotics. Okay, so these are the culture media with antibiotics. Antibiotics to which are against those antibiotics. This wild variety is not resistant. So they cultured certain number of E. coli cells on the culture medium here, on the culture medium here. Okay, so what happened? E. coli cells, they were died or dead. Here also, E. coli cells dead. Reason? These E. coli cells are not resistant. Confirmed. What they confirmed? These E. coli cells, E. coli are not resistant against these antibiotics. Means wild varieties are susceptible to these antibiotics, affected by those antibiotics. Okay, right? So wild E. coli cells are not resistant to antibiotics. For example, human beings, we are suffering from some disease, whatever that is, infectious disease. Now, kanamycin or tetracycline, overdose of kanamycin or tetracycline inserted into our body. What about fate of E. coli cells? Colon bacteria, E. coli, the species name of that one based on the habitation, means they are inhabitants of intestine and concerned with digestion of food present in the concerned stomach. So if we take a large quantity, huge amount of antibiotic, definitely That antibiotic is able to, yes, able to kill bacteria. Okay. So here objective of a Boyer is Cohen is that was to change wild normal E. coli cells into resistant E. coli cells by means of recombinant DNA. Okay, the technology, right? Next, what they did. What are the steps present in the construction of a recombinant DNA in E. coli cells? Okay, so now, so what are the steps present in the construction of that recombinant DNA? So first they selected a Salmonella typhimurium. Salmonella typhimurium. So from this Salmonella typhimurium, they isolated plasmid. Isolated the plasmid of Salmonella. Okay, and they modified this plasmid. Modification of plasmid. Okay, so for example, this is a plasmid. They isolated from the Salmonella. Okay, it was cut with ECO R1. We'll see this one later. This is a restriction endonuclease able to cut plasmid. Okay, right? Next, from this Salmonella also, better take a plasmid on from plasmid itself. Okay, so cutting completed. And they isolated a desirable gene. That gene was a gene that confers or providing resistance against tetracycline. Okay, so tetracycline resistant gene. Okay, so now ligation. Integration or attachment. Ligation of this one with the plasmid. Here enzyme required is that ligation is regulated by DNA ligase. Come back. What is the catalytic role of EcoR1? Cut by the elimination of ester bond. So EcoR1 is a restriction enzyme able to cut DNA molecule. Okay, so able to cause hydrolysis of ester bond. DNA ligase, establishment of ester bond. Okay, so tetracycline antibiotic resistant gene integrated. Okay, next. So now this plasmid is with a tetracycline antibiotic. Antibiotic resistant gene, sorry. So this is a recombinant vector or not? Recombinant vector. Okay, next. And they selected Salmonella Panama. From this, they selected isolated kanamycin resistant gene. For example, this is a kanamycin resistant gene. Okay, now vector cleaved with the same enzyme cut. So vector opened already existing tetracycline resistant gene up to here, and this one ligation, ligate it, ligation with the help of DNA ligase. So now the product is recombinant vector with this one tetracycline antibiotic resistant gene and this one kanamycin. Okay, so plasmid with TATR, tetracycline resistant gene, kanamycin resistant gene. Okay, yeah, plasmid is coming from typhimurium only. Okay, so for the NEET, final NEET examination, if they question you, plasmid is from Salmonella typhimurium, antibiotic resistant genes from Salmonella typhimurium. Look into NCERT textbook, you'll get it. Okay, right? So construction of a vector completed, recombinant vector completed. Now insertion, now transformation. Right? So now transformation. Transformation of E. coli with recombinant recombinant vector plasmid with tetracycline resistant kanamycin resistant genes. What is transformation? Uptake of naked DNA by competent bacterial cells. Go back to microbiology under the heading bacteria. You studied 3 methods of sexual reproduction methods. Asexual reproduction, binary fission, endospore formation. Sexual reproduction, conjugation, transformation, transduction. Okay, so it is a transformation. What is transformation? Uptake of naked DNA by the competent bacterial cell. So here competent means a bacterial cell which is able to accept, means compatible. So this is a recombinant vector from Salmonella species with antibiotic resistant genes. recombinant vector, plasmid vector. Okay, so this one is a normal E. coli cell without a concerned antibiotic resistant genes. Okay, so now transformation between these two things. Okay, so transformation means introduction of this one into E. coli cells. Okay, so after transformation, okay, for example, this bacterial cell is with genophore as it is. Next vector also present, recombinant vector, take like that. Okay, so transformation completed. What is transformation? Introduction of this naked DNA or not? Where is the cell, Salmonella typhimurium and Panama? They are not directly involved. So the plasmid of that one is involved. Okay, so transformation. Transformation. Okay, so now transferred, cultured on culture medium with a separately I'm taking to understand the concept. So this is the culture medium. Culture medium with first one tetracycline antibiotic. This one with kanamycin. Kanamycin antibiotic. So they cultured these bacterial cells on the culture medium with tetracycline and kanamycin separately, take separately. So what about E. coli cells? Survived means live E. coli cells. Simply, they traced out, they found live E. coli organisms or cells. Yeah, this one is a live one only, not the dead one. So here also what they traced out, live E. coli cells. So they survived on both the culture medium. Basically, what about a wild one not resistant to concerned antibiotics? But what about this one with antibiotics? So this type of bacterial cells are called as transformed. This one, transformed recombinant. Transformed recombinant E. coli means a transgenic one. Transgenic E. coli. Okay, so they change normal E. coli cells, wild E. coli cells into resistant E. coli cells. Basically, E. coli cells are not having so-called two types of antibiotic, not only two, so many, kanamycin, not only tetracycline kanamycin. For ampicillin also, they are not having resistance. Cyclohexamide, chloramphenicol, for all these antibiotics, there is no mechanism in E. coli cells to fight against those antibiotics. Okay, so they converted a normal wild E. coli cells which are not resistant into resistant E. coli cells. Okay, is it clear? So that is about first recombinant DNA. Successful one. Here, what is gene cloning? Production of a number of copies of a desirable gene. That may be tetracycline or kanamycin or some other gene in the targeted host organism to be modified into transgenic organism. So production of a number of copies of that one. For example, if it is cultured on the culture medium, this E. coli is able to generate a number of E. coli cells by means of doing binary fission or not. During binary fission, for example, this is a E. coli cell. After culturing, for example, what about the total number of E. coli cells from here and here? For example, only 10,000 E. coli cells. 10,000 E. coli cells. In all these E. coli cells altogether, with if it is extracted, means desirable genes are extracted, definitely they are with 10,000 tetracycline consent genes, 10,000 kanamycin resistant genes. How many we inserted? One copy, one copy. But how many copies available? 10,000, for example, only 10,000 tetracycline resistant genes, 10,000 kanamycin resistant genes. Okay, so this is called as gene cloning. Gene cloning. Okay, right? So that's about first successful recombinant DNA constructed by Boyer and Cohen. Now, go back to introduction part. What about the contribution of Boyer, role of a couple of enzymes? Okay, they are able to cut DNA at a specific sequence. So the catalytic role of a restriction endonuclease or restriction enzyme, that is also called as molecular scissor. Okay, that enzyme is also called as a molecular scissor. Molecular scissor means able to cut a DNA molecule, particularly here in this case. So what type of restriction enzyme used by them? EcoR1. We will see that one later. Don't worry about it. That I will explain you what is EcoR1, not now. Under the heading Tools of Recombinant DNA, I will give you complete information about restriction endonucleases. If they question you, what type of restriction enzyme used by them, go for EcoR1. That is a type of name of the restriction enzyme able to cut DNA at a specific sequence. So according to Boyer, what about the role of enzymes? Able to cut DNA. During cutting, they are able to remove or able to cause hydrolysis of a ester bond. Go back to architecture of DNA molecule. Within the backbone of DNA, alternately, sugar phosphate or phosphate sugar linked by ester bonds. If ester bond is removed, what about nucleotides? Delinked, separated. Okay. Next, what about Cohen contribution? He studied plasmids and he understood how to isolate a plasmid and how to reinsert that plasmid into host. Come back here. So this plasmid isolated from Salmonella. Actually, if they question you, what about the type of plasmid? If they question you, plasmid, plasmid, Stanley Cohen, SC, Stanley Cohen, 101. This is beyond NCERT. If they question you, this P is nothing but plasmid. Stanley Cohen, they modified the plasmid. SC means Stanley Cohen 101. That is the number of sequence of enzyme, sequence of that vector serial number from the Salmonella typhimurium by Stanley Cohen. Simply, what about the type of, if the question you what is the type of vector used? If it is B and NCERT, the question go for Stanley Cohen 101. Okay, right?